Gibbons, the show where we really get to know your favorite creators and make some music together. Today's show featuring YouTube and TikTok beat-making sensation Knox Squared.
Beats and chats.
All right, so here we are. We got Uncle Knox Squared in the house.
Hello, people.
It's an honor to have you on here and to be my first guest because you were one of the first YouTubers I was watching for any inspiration on how to do this YouTube thing.
Wow. I appreciate being the first one on here.
It is great to have you on here just to talk about what you've done on YouTube, but even more so for all of your fans, just to know a little bit more about you. We're going to make a little bit of music at the end, just chat.
Sounds good. A Jeff and Uncle Knock collab.
That's right. And, somebody's actually just started calling me Unc Jeff, I think it is, which is actually a tremendous honor in our family because we've had some incredible uncles. So I think the first thing we got to talk about is your name. Knox Squared, Uncle Knox. Why don't you just tell us about that?
I used to go by Bang Squared, which basically just means bang bang, because I used to play video games a whole lot. And like Gears of War and all those different games back in the day. So once I got on YouTube, for some reason, I just changed it. And it's one of those things where you try and think of a clever story to why you changed it, but one doesn't exist. So you say one day I was just like, Knox Squared, and somebody asked me, I said, because my beats knock twice as much or whatever.
Right.
It was something stupid, and
awesome.
they told me it was corny also, but it was funny. It stuck, and sometimes when people on YouTube started calling me, they say, "Hey, what's up, Unc?" I just going by, from the beard, obvious beard, and I'm an older cat, so and better that than Grandpa. So you're just known as the older dude that makes beats. Hopefully, hot beats. People think they are. So I'm actually going by that more.
Yeah.
My real name is Gene, and that's my first name, but my middle name is Douglas. So I hate Gene because traumatized in elementary school. Gene the jelly bean, Gene the dancing machine. I would go by Doug or Douglas, which actually, for those who know, that's one. I was a house artist back in the day, also.
Way.
And I went by Doug Lazy.
Okay.
I was doing like house music. I was on a major label the end of '89 to like '92. That's one of my other names. I'm just like Captain Names, Doug Lazy. So it's just I don't like Gene though. So
right.
If you're mad at me and you call me Gene, I'm.
What about early childhood? Did you do music as a kid, or how did you get into music?
I played the flute from the 3rd grade to the 7th grade, and was really good. When I got into 7th grade, they wanted to put me in the I guess the senior band or the one up because I was that good. But I got teased one day going down the hall. My flute. They said, "Look, you got a flute." And they're like,
yeah.
So from that day, I literally came home and told my mother I don't want to play anymore. So and from there, like 13, I got into DJing, like mixing records and stuff like that. So at a young age, so I would have to say that my main weapon of choice that got me into beat making was a reel-to-reel tape machine. For those that don't know what that is, look it up. I used to do remixes. I was popular in the Baltimore area and doing remixes for radio. I got in radio at a very early age. I was 17 when I started doing mixes for radio. So how I used to mix is I used to actually cut the reel-to-reel tape, and this is before samplers. So if I wanted something to go, I didn't, we could do that now with the sampler, but I used to actually cut tape, repeat the sound, and cut tape and do stuff like that. And if you look online, you can find like edit mixes. You can find a whole backstory on that with people that were doing it at the time. Look up Latin Rascals. That'll give you a good idea. But that's how I started. And I've always been one to kind of want to be different and ahead of the game or do something different. And that's how I was able to get in, my radio career, which led to me actually dabbling with beats. And my first track that I made for myself actually got me signed to Atlantic Records. It was a song called Let It Roll under the artist named Doug Lazy. And I did that beat inside the radio station in their studio thing. I was messing around with some of the different equipment that they had back there. And I really didn't know it was going to do what it was going to do, but it was like instantly took off. So it wound up being '1 on the Billboard dance charts. So that's really how I got into beats. It was just like going from DJing to like dabbling with stuff. And then I bought my first sampler. It was a Roland W30. So that's how I put the rest of the album together that I did for Atlantic. So it was just a process of DJing to dabbling with beats to beats becoming the main, or music becoming the main thing. I just had a love for creation. If you have a love for creating, like music, however you do, that'll take you to the times that are rough. If you're trying to make this more than just a hobby, you're going to have times that where you're down and things don't go the way you want. So really, you know, having that love will sustain you through those periods instead of making you want to quit. That's what's been able to keep me going this long. You know, it's been a long time.
What about day job throughout your work career?
Most of my work was in radio. Like I said, I was fortunate to get in radio at a young age, and then I wound up working for the top radio station in the Washington D.C. area for like 9 years. And so most of my jobs have been in radio or broadcasting in that field. I worked at XM Satellite Radio when they first came out. I was actually there during the merge that they had with Sirius. You know, back then that time I was actually part of the team there. So I was there for a few years, and so I really got a background in the broadcasting field, which led to me, you know, being able to do voice work and stuff outside of that.
And then currently, like, has it transitioned into like the voice tag stuff or what? Yeah.
It's almost like a combination of things. Like the money I get from YouTube, which, you know, I can get like maybe buy a cheeseburger by the end of the month.
Yeah.
Hey, it's a cheeseburger, right? No, I get that. You know, I get my YouTube money and voice tags, and then you know, little side projects I do here and there. Like that all adds up to an income. You know, I've been blessed to be able to actually, you know, be here. You know, I don't take that for granted. I would say voice tags are my main source of income now. And also my son does more voice tags. He has more request voice tags than I do.
And he's 11.
At 11. He's literally coming on 2,000 voice tags done. And within maybe a year and a half, the kid voice tags are real hot right now.
That's so sweet. And so people will have heard your voice tag at the beginning of this show here, and and then we've heard your son, I think, on Kit Complete's channel, right?
Yep. That's him. That's it. What's up, Kit Complete?
I love that one. It's so good.
That's him.
So explain voice tags to people who are really.
Well, it's more so for branding, and that's what I focus on. When I tell people when they buy through me, or, you know, whenever I do a voice tag, I try to think of something where, you know, this is. The music is the star. Like, I'll even tell some customers when they say, I want this effect, and the flying. I said, no, you know, if my advice is just kind of make it so they know your name. It has like a little jazzy type tag, you know, but your music is a star. I produced a tag that was on the song, I don't know if you remember, Panda by Designer. I think it sold like 10 million copies. And it was a female voice of Chelsea Davis, who I worked with her also for years. So I edited and put the tag together, and it wound up being on that record, which is huge.
So YouTube thing, let's talk about that. Just start at the beginning with us.
I mean, you could probably go back, and I think my early on was 2007, and I had actually MPC. And, you know, the quality is trash. I mean, it's nothing, you know, it was, I mean, I watch it now and cringe, but it's like, I was like, what kind of camera was I using? But, you know, back then, it was crazy, but I just did a beat on an MPC, and then I used to do ones with the Roland MC808, and like I said, they're still up. You can go back to my early videos and see those, and you know, and really didn't start to take off until I started doing Maschine videos, and I did my first video on Maschine wasn't actually the popular one. The second one was the one. It was I sampled New York State of Mind, and I just chopped it up, and I was playing live. Yeah. And that video actually took off and actually got me known, and, you know, even to the point where Native Instruments had back when you can actually contact people through YouTube, they contacted me and just said, hey, just wanted to let you know we really love what you're doing. Yeah. And just, I was on their radar. Because there weren't many Maschine videos out at all. I wasn't the first, but because there was a couple of guys that were dabbling with it, but I think I was one of the ones to have one blow up, the first one.
One of the funnest things watching your channel is watching some of your characters.
Sexy Beast.
Sexy Beast. We got Cousin Hoss, right? We got Ant
Beast. Ann Beast has been retired. My son requested that I retire her, so I had the outfit on.
Yeah.
I was doing the skit. He was looking at me like, Dad, come on. I said, all right.
Yeah.
So I guess because I think some of his friends actually watch my channel now.
Yes.
Which I'm cool. I like that he actually, because kids could like. They won't even tell you their friends that you do videos because they don't want you to see them. But he actually tells them. But I think that Aunt Beast would have had him stop.
I love the shaving episode.
Oh yeah. When I lost the battle with
we
Sexy,
lost
you
the
had to
battle
shave
with
it.
Sexy Beast, and you had to shave. And I was telling my wife how you filmed the Sexy Beast on the couch. And
That was fun because I had the time. I had to time that because I had to film it first.
Yeah.
And shit, you know what I mean? And I almost messed that up. I almost shaved before I got to that part. That would have ruined the whole thing.
Oh, I would have. People got to watch that. That is just pure gold. It takes a long time to make these videos, right? Like it is a labor of love, but it's like you get that back, so it's worth it. That's for sure.
For anybody scared to get into this, just remember it's how you present yourself. Also, it's meaning if you come across as you really want to help. Like I said, for the most part, people will be on your side, and people will give constructive criticism. I've had people comment on, hey, Knock, maybe next time, could you do this or whatever? And I appreciate that. But you got to remember when you come in, you get back what you give out. So if you come in there like cocky and in an attack mode, they will come back at you like that. So, you go in humble and you just let people know that you appreciate them watching it because it's like, this is not like getting a subscriber is like them giving money now. You need to earn their time. And I respect that. You know what I mean? So, and then you might not earn their time when that first go around, but keep at it. Just realize, what you put out is what you get back. So just come in it humble. And my main inspiration that I get is not from like main artists or main producers. It's from the community. Like I literally I watching YouTube videos a lot and I'll comment on them. And it's crazy. It's the funny thing is like I'll comment on it and a person will like flip out like, oh man, Knock. Oh, I can't appreciate it's because I don't look at myself as like no big giant celebrity or anything like that. But it's cool, because if you have an effect, a positive effect on somebody's life at whatever age, whether they're young or whether they're older.
It's incredible. I have to say, like to anybody who's thinking about getting into this game, the thing that holds back so many people is they think that the community won't be friendly or respectful or whatever. And man, it's the opposite, isn't it? Like just this community in particular is incredibly supportive and thankful. We got the TikTok thing now. How did that happen for you? Because that's blowing up for you right now.
September in 2020, of course I was always in the garage because we weren't going anywhere because of COVID. So I did a video for TikTok and did a couple of them. They didn't really do anything. And I did a when McDonald's forgets your fries type thing, and they used the Denzel Washington audio. And he's like, oh, you gonna do this to me? So I looked in the bag and it's like, and I mouthed perfectly with the in sync of what he was saying. And immediately I was sitting in the garage and I was looking at the views and it was like 100 views, 500 views, 1,000 views. I was like, and I had experienced that because I had already done like maybe 3 or 4 videos and they didn't get any love. So this thing got to 400,000 views that same day. And of course, I'm hooked now. I'm a TikTok just off of that. I'm a TikTok junkie, because it's crazy because it was fun and I have a joke side to me. TikTok wound up taking the audio off of it. So maybe a couple of days later, they took the audio because sometimes whoever posted it originally, it wasn't cleared or whatever. So it said no sound available. So that killed it. But right when that did that, I did a second video where I was like I was mouthing the word of a dog.
And he said how much you make from it or something. He was going to go quit his job.
That was later on. That was me talking to the drive-through guy.
Right.
Yeah, drive-through. Yeah, see, that's a character that I went to sing the chicken wing song in the drive-through, and the guy on the intercom I'm like, chicken wing, and he's like, shut up! It's just like it took off so fast, and people were putting the audio in their videos. I mean, like TikTok does. People that do the same thing. So I've had like I got to 2.6 million views on that one, but there's people that actually did their version of with my voice that got 3, 4, or 5 million. So that video is like maybe 10 to 15 million. I'm about to hit 400,000 followers.
Wow.
And it's crazy, just to give you a comparison, I've spent a bunch of years just trying to get to 10,000 on Instagram. I got to 400,000 within a year. So the TikTok world, the Instagram world, and YouTube world, they're all like their own thing. Like people don't like to cross over. Like it's the hardest thing to get somebody from YouTube to check out my Instagram
or vice versa. You've also got a Machine
World.
Yeah, you got machine courses there. And how's that been going for you?
It's actually been going good. I wanted it to be like a community, where you could have a subscriber base per monthly, but it didn't really work out like that because to be honest with you, it was a lot of work. So I made it a course. I see some of my other machine heads that made it, some other people that made a course, shout out to DDS, Sarah, Blez Beats, a lot of people I follow. And amongst other people, if I forgot your name, I apologize, but they have machine courses. You buy them outright, and that's where I'm turning Machine World. So it's more the starter basics. Now I'm getting ready to how I handle machine, which will be the overall course for maybe advanced, but it'll still be something to where you can, you go in and purchase it. For the people that want to rock with me and maybe they like my way of teaching or whatever, they can get the course and ask me questions or whatever. So that's pretty much what that is.
Right on. Well, we'll put a link to that in the in the description as well. And then going forward, what's the future for Knox Squared?
My future is really put my focus back on YouTube.
Yep.
More so than anything, and also selling beats, getting my beat store up, because a lot of people have asked me to hit me up, like I might post a beat and they want to purchase it. So I'll have a beat store up but my main thing is to get an EP done, which I know the people that know me, they know I don't want to hear about this EP until you do it. I've been trying to get this together, and it's more so, man, I'm just being transparent with you. I think it's more, I realize maybe it's a thing where you have that fear of putting something, putting it out, you know what I mean? And you would, like people wouldn't expect me to have that because I've been doing it so long, but it exists in all levels, you know what I mean? So it's like, I just want to put something out and stop keeping it tucked away and actually have it out there for the people and just, those who vibe with it. So it's just getting past that block,
Wow. You're preaching to the choir. I got to do the same thing, man. Like we make all this music on our tutorials, both of us, and we're making good stuff, and you watch the videos and you're like, dang, that was good. I should do something with that. All right, next video, and then that's it. You move on to the next video.
I'm not the only one. And I know it could affect, from
everybody.
Everybody, and it's just fear. I would say fear is the devil at times. It could be, it could just stop you from doing stuff. Love what you're doing and put it up.
Yep, exactly. Awesome. Well, speaking of beats, let's make some beats here. Let's do something.
All right.
Do you want to come up with a tempo maybe for me?
Maybe 92.
Sure. Yeah.
Good. Or between 92 and 100.
Okay. What kit are you using right now?
Crate cut. You like crate cut?
Oh, dude, that's my favorite one right there.
Okay.
Go ahead and just play around with that tempo for a minute, and then I'll get the Rhodes going and record some Rhodes here. We got the real thing here.
Sounds good.
We got the same one that was in Blues Brothers that Ray Charles was playing. Okay, so I'm just gonna record some chords here, some just a couple of chords. You can take it and then start playing it, and then decide, maybe something based on that.
Gotta love technology.
Oh man, love it and hate it all at the same time.
Right.
there's like some starting chords, and then some other, I'll put some juicier ones in there. And you don't have to use all of them, just use whatever. Do you want me to just send those over just like that?
Yeah, yeah, because I could actually chop those.
Yeah.
Those, and then when I send it, if I send it back, you can, if you want to add some riffs over it, or
Yeah. Let's do that.
let me get the. I like that. I hear you.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Okay, I'm getting ready to send this thing now.
There it is.
Perfect.
Yeah, dude. All right, found a little dusty bass patch here on Crate Cuts. We're just going to go with that one. Here we go. And then for the lead here, I've got Massive X. All right, dude. Well, this has been amazing. Thanks so much for being the first guest on the first episode of Beats and Chats. And I'm excited to see where this goes. I'm excited to keep watching you, and we'll be putting all the links in the description for people to check you out. And can't wait to actually meet in person.
No doubt, man. I appreciate you, Jeff. Thank you, man.
Right on. Okay, let's do this.